Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like up. Bold and the Beautiful has Steffy Forrester as a tyrant these days. She even clapped back at Eric Forrester as he dared question her about the motives behind her moves at SC on the CBS soap. The man who created Forrester Creations was ignored by his granddaughter when it came to getting answers. A while back, B&B fans saw Eric go through a tough time when he felt unappreciated at SC. This caused him to take matters into his own hands by starting up his legacy line and setting up a designer competition with his son. Now the climate is right for him to get involved again. Bold and the Beautiful fans watch as Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Massinswood, acts more like a dictator than a co-CEO these days. When Eric Forrester, John McCook, attempted to talk about his concerns with Steffy, she shut him right down. Steffy ordered Katie Logan, Heather Tom, to write a press release about Hope Logan, Annika Noel, leaving SC. This week on Bold and Beautiful, Eric Forrester voiced his opinion that this was moving too fast, but Steffy ignored him. She turned to Katie as if Eric wasn't even in the room and instructed the Logan sister to send a copy to Hope. Eric is reminded that he turned the company over to Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, and Steffy to run. So his hands are tied, or are they? This week, Bold and the Beautiful dropped hints that he will likely step in as his granddaughter continues her out-of-control behaviors. Bold and the Beautiful had Ridge Forrester tiptoeing around his daughter. He visited Finn to get some answers, but John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, wasn't much help. He stood behind his wife firing her stepsister, thinking Hope deserved it. His advice? Hope was warned. The doctor thinks the Logan daughter lusts after him. So he believes that her slipping into lingerie that day was part of her plan to seduce him. But Bold and the Beautiful fans wonder how he could think that after what she said when he first walked into the design room that day. Hope said she'd been waiting for him, but she thought it was Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, who walked in, not Finn. She hadn't seen Finn in weeks and had no way of knowing he was coming. So does Finn think the lingerie-clad Hope ducked behind that screen and remained there for days until Finn happened by? That makes no sense to Bold and the Beautiful viewers, and fans think it should make sense to Finn. Bold and the Beautiful fans see just how peeved Eric Forrester is over the firing of Hope Logan. On the other side of town, Carter and Hope conspire to take Steffy and Ridge down. Carter's ploy only works if Steffy Forrester and her father sign papers without reading them. They usually don't look at the documents before signing them. But with all the suspicions around Carter these days, someone might want to. So what if that someone is Eric Forrester? He has been hanging around the office these days. Maybe he spots the documents on the desk, already signed by his son and granddaughter. Would he put a stop to it? Or would he let the COO have a chance to clean up Steffy's mess? Bold and the Beautiful could have Eric Forrester see the LLC under Carter's name. If he did, he might question his COO before doing anything else. Then Carter would probably tell Eric he sees the company headed downhill, with Steffy using it as her private playground of vendettas. Or Eric might turn a blind eye to it and let his COO run with it, pretending he doesn't know. Either way, Eric can silently sit back and watch Carter pull SC out of the massive dilemma Steffy caused. Of course, there are a few other ways this could go. Ridge or Steffy Forrester could decide to look over the document before signing. Maybe their concern over Carter's strange behavior prompts them to look carefully. Or the COO's ploy could work and chaos ensues on the CBS soap. In the opulent heart of the Forrester mansion, silence held its breath behind velvet drapes and priceless paintings. The atmosphere was thick, not just with the scent of orchids and sandalwood, but with secrets too dangerous for daylight. Eric Forrester, patriarch of the empire, stood in his study, gazing at the Forrester family crest, a symbol once of legacy, now of looming warfare. The fashion world saw Forrester Creations as a beacon of elegance and innovation. But beneath its glossy surface, a Cold War simmered. And at the center of the storm was Steffy Forrester, bold, brilliant, and unrelenting. She had taken the reins of the company with the ferocity of a lioness, reshaping it with her modern vision. Yet power, like perfume, can be overpowering in excess. What began as visionary leadership had mutated into dictatorship. Donna, ever the voice of warmth and clarity, urged caution. But Eric wasn't just watching anymore. The founder of Forrester Creations had secrets older than Steffy's first fashion line. Secrets forged in decades of business, betrayal, and survival. And one of those secrets was about to change everything. 3 weeks earlier, while Steffy had been in Milan for a global expansion meeting, Eric had called an old friend, one with a reputation for discretion and silent, ruthless efficiency. Vincent Street James, a high-level corporate consultant who operated in whispers and NDAs, arrived in LA under the guise of launching a men's line. His real mission? To dismantle Steffy's iron grip from within. Vincent began by reviewing company operations. His report was damning. Under Steffy, Forrester Creations had gained global presence, but internally, morale was fraying. Longtime designers whispered about burnout. Executives feared her wrath more than the board. She had streamlined innovation, but at the cost of loyalty. Eric took the findings and moved swiftly. A shadow board was formed, comprised of senior Forrester veterans and silent stakeholders still loyal to Eric. They began rewriting company policy, carefully maneuvering around Steffy's line of sight. Legal groundwork was laid to redistribute control in the event of leadership incapacitation or restructuring. No alarms were raised, no headlines appeared, but the ground beneath Steffy was shifting. Steffy stormed into Eric's office, her stilettos clicking like gunshots on the marble. She had discovered a vote scheduled for the following week, one that proposed a reallocation of executive responsibilities, a diplomatic way of saying, "We're taking your crown." Steffy rallied her supporters. Ridge, torn between father and daughter, refused to take a side. Brooke watched with sharp eyes, unwilling to involve herself, but taking mental notes. Thomas offered allegiance to Steffy, but with hesitation. His recent growth didn't align with her tyrannical methods. The boardroom was full, tension so thick it threatened to smother the air itself. Eric entered not with drama, but with dignity. Beside him stood Vincent, holding a digital tablet that contained the final tallies. Vincent cleared his throat. The measure passes. Effective immediately, executive control will be shared among a restructured leadership team. Steffy Forrester will retain a lead creative role, but all major decisions require board consensus. Eric stood and approached her slowly. "You're still vital to this company, Steffy, but it's time you remembered. You're not the company. None of us are." Later that night, Eric walked alone through the Forrester showroom. He touched the sleeve of a gown he designed years ago, memories flooding back. He didn't want power for the sake of it. He wanted balance, unity, a legacy that would outlast the wars of ego.